Dr. Edwardher. Hello and welcome to Senior Vitality. I'm Dr. Edwardher. For more than 3 decades, I've had the privilege of helping thousands of patients navigate the complexities of aging. My work has focused on the most intricate organ in our body, the brain. I've witnessed its incredible resilience, but I've also seen the devastating, life-altering impact of a stroke. And today, I need to talk to you about a subject that is deeply troubling to me. What if I told you that the very things you do to stay healthy, the stretches you've been taught, the exercises you've been encouraged to perform could be secretly setting the stage for a neurological catastrophe? It sounds unbelievable, I know. We are told to keep moving, to stay active, but there is a dangerous gap in that advice. It's a blind spot that fails to account for the beautiful natural changes our bodies undergo as we age. An action that was beneficial at 35 can become a hidden risk at 65. In this video, we are not going to talk about the obvious culprits like poor diet or smoking. We are going to uncover the silent risks hiding in plain sight within common exercises you might be doing every single day. This isn't about creating fear. This is about empowerment through knowledge. So please stay with me. Understanding what I'm about to share could be the most crucial step you take in protecting your health and preserving your independence for all the years to come. Point 1. The deceptive danger of forward bends. We begin with something that seems utterly benign, bending over. Whether it's to touch your toes in a morning stretch, pick up a newspaper, or tie your shoes, it's a movement we perform without a thought. The hidden mechanism. In our youth, our vascular system is a marvel of adaptability. When you bend forward, your body's sophisticated network of baroreceptors, tiny pressure sensors in your arteries, instantly signals your heart and blood vessels to adjust, ensuring your brain receives a constant, steady flow of oxygenated blood. However, as we move past 60, these baroreceptors can become less sensitive. They react more slowly. When you bend over, gravity pulls blood down into your torso and legs. But now the signal to compensate is delayed. For a few critical seconds, blood flow to the brain can plummet. You might feel a brief moment of lightheadedness and dismiss it. But inside your brain, this repeated momentary oxygen starvation can create a perilous environment. It can cause blood to become sluggish and encourage the formation of tiny, insidious clots. If one of these clots travels to a narrowed artery in the brain, the result is an ischemic stroke. A story to remember. I think of a patient of mine, a wonderful woman named Eleanor, a retired librarian who was 72. Eleanor was immensely proud of her flexibility. Every morning she would perform a series of forward folds, believing it was the key to staving off back pain. One morning she felt a bit dizzy after her routine, but thought nothing of it. Later that day, while reaching for a book on a high shelf, her world suddenly tilted. Her vision blurred in one eye and she couldn't grasp the book. Her hand wouldn't obey her command. Thankfully, her son was visiting. At the hospital, we confirmed she'd had a transient ischemic attack, TIA, often called a mini-stroke. We traced the event back to the hemodynamic stress of her morning stretches, compounded by mild, unrecognized dehydration. Eleanor was lucky. Her TIA was a warning shot. She learned that day that her body's wisdom was not in pushing through dizziness, but in listening to it. The safer approach. This doesn't mean you must become rigid. It means you must become mindful. When you need to pick something up, bend at your knees, not your waist. Keep your spine relatively straight. When putting on socks and shoes, sit in a chair. If you must bend forward, rise up slowly, taking a deep breath. Never ever ignore a feeling of dizziness. It is your brain's most urgent whisper. Point 2. The pressure cooker of inverted poses. Yoga is widely celebrated as a cornerstone of healthy aging, and for good reason. It promotes balanced breathing and calm. But a specific category of poses inversions can pose a grave risk that is rarely discussed in senior fitness classes. The hidden mechanism. Inversions are any pose where your head is below your heart. This includes seemingly gentle poses like downward dog or legs up the wall. While intended to be relaxing, these positions reverse the normal flow of gravity, causing a surge of blood toward your head. This dramatically increases what we call intracranial pressure. An older adult's vascular system, particularly the delicate vessels in the brain, may have lost its youthful elasticity. Years of fluctuating blood pressure or cholesterol buildup can make them stiff and fragile. A sudden surge in pressure like the one caused by an inversion can be too much for these vessels to handle. It can lead to a rupture and a hemorrhagic stroke, a bleed in the brain, which is often more catastrophic than a clot. A story to remember. Let me tell you about Robert, a 78-year-old former architect who joined a gentle yoga class to manage stress. He loved the sense of peace it brought him. During one session, the instructor guided the class into a simple forward fold, holding it for a minute. Robert felt a strange pulsing sensation behind his eyes, but held the pose. That evening, he experienced a blinding headache unlike any he'd ever had, followed by confusion. His wife rushed him to the emergency room. Our scans revealed a small but significant bleed in his cerebellum, the part of the brain that controls coordination. The inverted pose, combined with his undiagnosed hypertension, had created a perfect storm. Robert's recovery was long, and he never regained his full sense of balance. The tragedy is that he thought he was doing something safe and therapeutic. The safer approach. Enjoy yoga, but be selective. Avoid any pose that places your head significantly below your heart. There are countless seated and standing poses that offer all the benefits of stretching and mindfulness without this specific risk. Always inform your instructor about any health conditions you have, particularly high blood pressure, glaucoma, or heart conditions. Your yoga practice should bring you peace, not pressure. Point 3. The unseen strain of lifting. Maintaining strength is vital for our independence. We take pride in carrying our own groceries or lifting a grandchild. But the danger isn't in the act of lifting, it's in how we lift. The hidden mechanism. When you strain to lift something heavy, you instinctively hold your breath. This is known as the Valsalva maneuver. This simple, unconscious act dramatically spikes your blood pressure. It constricts the major blood vessels in your chest, and the pressure wave surges directly to your brain. If a vessel wall has been weakened by age, or if there is unstable plaque buildup within an artery, this sudden violent surge in pressure can cause that plaque to rupture. The body's emergency response is to form a clot over the rupture, but that clot can then break free and travel straight to the brain, causing a major stroke. A story to remember. George, an 81-year-old retired mechanic, was fiercely independent. He was helping his son move a small piece of furniture in the garage. It wasn't excessively heavy, but it was awkward. George grunted, held his breath, and heaved. In that instant, he felt a tearing sensation in his neck and collapsed. He had suffered a carotid artery dissection, a tear in the main